Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different from the fashion content that I normally shoot. I'm going to be reviewing season 1, episode 1 of Young, Famous and African. So there's Diamond Platinums from TZ, from Tanzania. We see Kanye Mbao and Nadia Nakai. We are also introduced to Quinton, who was married to, I think, Nana, was her Netflix. I put it on my list. I added it on my list. I couldn't wait for it to air, and then I just bumped into it yesterday, checked out, oh, it's now, available to watch. And I was excited to see what was happening, right? So so as you just play episode 1, Kanye Mbao is like the voiceover basically, or the narrator is Kanye Mbao, which I found a little bit awkward, a little bit it was very like soapish, like African soap. You have a narrator, or very How I Met Your Mother or How I Met Your Father, which is kind of like off. I don't know, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, but I thought it was odd. Why is she like, you're making her, I suppose what they're making her the queen bee, like she connects all the dots in all these people. And then Leonardo enters this guy who's apparently a pianist, and we see Kanye with Kudzi in bed, and this pianist is playing the piano, right? Piano. So he's playing the piano. They're obviously housed at the Leonardo. And then, okay, I'm like, all right, this is some real money business, right? Because if you're waking up to the sound of a piano being played, not like in real life, not like your phone or an application, that's like, wow. She's like, yeah, why have an alarm clock and not have someone actually come in and play the piano for you? I'm like, okay, all right, okay. And it got me thinking though, did these guys like Kudzi and Kanye hype up their relationship because of this? Like, did that escalate their relationship? Because it really, like, there's all the money that Kudzi has, right? Which like creates a platform for Kanye to really show this lifestyle and be part of this, like for her to just, he indulges her, I suppose, and the money is there for her to show off the flamboyant lifestyle, for her to be extravagant as we've always known Kanye to be. So she introduces herself. She's like, oh yeah, I've always been called a sugar baby, and I probably thought I was going to be a sugar baby all my life, but guess what, guys, I'm a cougar. But I mean, isn't a cougar supposed to be providing for the cub, for the little, I don't know. Because anyway, she's like, yeah, I'm not here to serve us, because serving is what they're supposed to do. They're here to serve and protect my credit card, like protect my card. Don't let me spend my money, protect my finances by letting me spend your money, and then serve me by carrying the bags of the items that I purchased with your money, like bring them to me. I'm like, okay, that's some next level. That's some next level stuff, guys. I mean, listen, and I mean, I'm all for it, like living that hypergamous lifestyle. And I really do believe that, if you protect and serve your man in that way, where you provide, serving him by treating him well and all of that, is different from serving him in the way that Kanye was talking about, where you then do the provision, the providing. It tips off the balance, and you might find yourself in having some very serious issues in your relationship, but that's another story for another day. So anyway, we continue, we move on forward. And then so she's like, oh yeah, they call me the OG. She talks about her baby daddy while she's called a gold digger. And then she's like, oh yeah, so I think I attract bad boys because he's definitely a bad boy. They talk about how, he's done some shady stuff in order to get his to accumulate his wealth. So, and that was the same story with the father of my child, and he is supposedly MIA. So yeah, if you say that, like she does not care where his money be coming from, okay, and if she's a bad girl because of that, then so be it. I mean, I love me and I hate me some Kanye. Like, comment below if it's like you have a torn relationship with this girl. It's like you love her and then you hate her at the same time. Whew, okay, so we move forward, and then second scene is Swanky Jerry, the Nigerian stylist, who anyway, he's in the car with his friend Annie, and Annie was apparently married to Two-Face. I paused for a moment there. I did not remember the guy to ask my names. Who's Two-Face? And it's like, oh, you remember the guy who said, you are my African queen. Excuse my voice, I cannot sing to save my life. But yeah, the girl of my dream. So I was like, okay, so that's the guy. All right. A bit out of the picture, not really like mainly in, I mean, he's not in your face entertainment anymore, but you know. So anyway, they're in the Range Rover, a white Range Rover, and they're talking about I really like their friendship though. Like the vibe, the communication was very natural. It wasn't like we're pretending for the sake of the show, or we just made it was very organic, very authentic, and I like that about it. Because with Kanye, sometimes you get those vibes of like there's a bit of pretending there, or maybe it's because she's so extra that it seems like it's not genuine. But anyway, yeah, so we see them, and then they talk about how she's married to a Nigerian superstar. I really appreciated her being a first-time mom myself, about how she, you know, the way she spoke about how she was very open about the sacrifices she's had to make in order to make it work, like for her family and all of that. And that now she feels like now's the time for her to do her, to take care of her, to pursue her dreams. Really liked it, and the way they were like, just like, oh, South Africans really like to enunciate their words and everything, joking around and whatever. Loved it. Anyway, then the third scene, we see Kanye in her car parking in front of this building, and then the way it was parked, right? No valet, and then you just leave your car there. I don't know. And then I think there was a photographer, one photographer that she waved at. It did not seem real. It seemed fake. Like they planted a photographer over there, and then Kanye arrives, and then she greets this person, and then there's nothing else happening. This building is in the middle of not really in the middle of nowhere, but it's somewhere downtown or whatever, or uptown, I don't know. But there aren't any cars over there. Like, it's like there's no activity. How did this person know with a camera that Kanye's gonna be there, unless if he was tipped off? It seemed quite weird, whatever. Anyway, she gets into this building, and then it's very, I did not see or feel the grandiosity of it. Like, I did not feel the bouginess of it or whatever. It seems very old and stuffy, like some of the not even the country clubs that we have. Yeah, like, you know, those gentlemen's clubs that they have, that you would come in, you need to be, you know, either invited, or you need to be part of like the guest list. You need to be a guest of another, like a member, or, you know, like a members only sort of society where gentlemen come in and they get massages and they get to sit in the sauna and discuss business or whatever and play squash. So when Nadia comes in and then she's talking, and then Kanye's like, oh my God, I love this place. Oh, you know, she's like, oh yeah, I love the old school drama, the old school, the feel of it, what, you know, I liked to be extravagant. I'm throwing a ball and everything cool. And then Nadia Nakai comes in. Okay, and then so she's like, oh, my girl Nadia is coming in. She talks a bit about Nadia, whatever. I didn't know that Nadia and Kanye were close friends or whatever, but apparently they are. So anyway, Nadia drives in with her new, I think, a GL, and she keeps talking about it and the vroom vroom and everything. Okay, and then she's wearing this cat suit that looks like it was from the 1970s. I get what she was trying to do with like a belt or whatever, but it seemed inappropriate. Like, not inappropriate, maybe for lack of a better word, inappropriate. Not inappropriate, but like wrong occasion, wrong time. Because it seemed like we've just come in from Kanye waking up to her piano, to the guy playing the piano, and her being in like gym wear. And outside it seems very like, oh, it's still early morning. And then you have Nadia, who's dressed like she's going to perform. It just seemed misplaced, I feel. Or maybe like she really put the outfit together because she's shooting a reality show. Whereas with Kanye, it just looked like, oh, I might go to the gym after this, or I might go for yoga after this, or like I'm just running errands sort of situation. But if that's how Nadia wakes up and goes about her business in the morning, girl, listen. Or maybe because she's an entertainer, so that's just how it is. Okay, girl, I like it. I can dig it. I get or whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, and then next thing, they're having shots like Jaeger bombs. How's that? Or shocker? I don't know, guys. Am I the only one who thought that it was still in the morning, according to the way the scenes were put together? Anyway, so Nadia walks in, and she's also not feeling the vibes. She's just like, this has colonial master written all over it, and I agree. And she didn't feel the vibe. So anyway, yeah, they're talking about Nadia's man who's in the States, who's Ghanaian, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he lives in the United States of America. And Nadia is all, giddy when she's talking about this guy. And I was starting to feel giddy as well. And the butterflies in my stomach, the way she was describing this guy and how he will really show you that he wants you. I was like, okay, girl, okay. So anyway, I like her openness. There's something about Nadia that I really like. She's zen. Like, we're getting to see her personality, and she seems like she's very like that person you could meet, you could be friends with, and she's cool and she's gonna defend you like a ride or die proper type of chick. Love that. So anyway, she's talking to Kanye, so she's like, oh yeah, I think she then mentions that she might invite Swanky. So then we're like, oh, okay, so Swanky's linked to whatever is Kanye. I mean, yeah. So we're sort of getting how all of these people intersect, right? Next thing we see Kanye, Lambo, Diamond. We're introduced to Diamond. And Diamond is jumping off of a private jet, and I love the way he's like, yes, it's a very African thing to say that she understands not the assignment but the standards, according to Diamond's words. Yes, Kanye understands the standard, like she gets what time it is, him jumping off of a private jet onto like a Lambo. No, was it a Ferrari? I think Kanye was in a Ferrari. Yeah. So she picks Diamond up and they're talking. I love the way Diamond was suited and booted. Like a proper. Yes. I don't know about little pom-poms, like yeah. But okay, he looked nice. Trim and everything. And so Kanye, I guess, picks up Diamond, takes him to his hotel, whatever. Next thing, enter the ball. And then these people are arriving. Kanye and Kudzi arrive in a sports car. And he's, but the ball didn't really seem like a ball, really and truly. And then, actually, Nadia meets up with Swanky before the ball. Yes. Nadia meets up with Swanky before the ball, invites Swanky and Annie to the ball and everything. But Nadia quickly, in her confessional, she's like, oh, I don't really feel the vibes with Annie. I think there's something off there. And, you know, like, she's a snaky snake in the grass. Like, we're going to see another side of her. There's another side to her that we're here to explore. And I feel like she might not vibe with that other side of Annie, but she loves Swanky. So she's like, listen, if you're not invited to a Kanye Bao's party, like, who are you? Like, you know. So I was expecting to see a lot of South African celebrities and other like African celebrities that would come to this ball, but they were like, it was just their table. The setting was awkward. There was no interaction with the other guys except for the guys on that table. You know how it is when they throw these parties like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or even like the Bling Empire, whatever, right? There are other people in the background, friends to the rest of the cast, right? But there's some intersectioning of like a bit of mixing and mingling with the other people that are in the main cast. But I didn't get that, right? And even like I thought, because when Nadia said, if you're not invited to Kanye Bao party, like, who are you? So I was thinking, really, like, where are Kanye's friends, Kanye's celebrity friends? Wouldn't you just invite them, one or two at least, for us to see that really and truly Kanye's party, there is no party, but if it's not a party if it's not a Kanye Bao party. Because you know how it is when these like Candy throws a party, it's not just Cynthia and Nini and all these people that are showing up in Kenya more. You see other celebrities, T.I., Tiny, all these other people in Atlanta, these big wigs, right? They show up, pictures taken or whatever. They might not interact with the camera. They might not be like a main recording of them talking to and whatever, but we see them, we know they attended the event, but I didn't see that that didn't happen. So anyway, so yeah, they're seated at the table, they start talking about, you know, like, oh, kids and whatever, and then I'm just fast forwarding now so that the video is not too long. And then Kanye speaks about, oh, like, my daughter lives next door, whatever. And then Annie's like, what? But so what, does she dress like a grown-up? And then Kanye's like, oh no, she doesn't dress like a grown-up, she dresses like 15-year-old. So she's like, well, if she dresses like a child, and he's like, well, if she dresses like a child, then she must be a child, so she needs parenting, I think is what Annie was essentially trying to say. And I can get why Annie is very emotional, because she previously had spoken about her child who had an issue with her legs and all of that. Like, she seems to be a very hands-on sort of mom who mixes modern with not with traditional ways of raising a child, which I appreciate as a first time and a mom. I've been a mom for a year now, and I really get what she was trying to say. Like, you need to parent her. Every child wants a cool mom, but sometimes you don't have to be a cool mom because of what this person might do. You know, it's the same thing as, oh, I slept with her because she was, you know, mature, because 18 is like a legal age or whatever. But the thought process of an 18-year-old to a 21-year-old woman to a 25-year-old woman is completely different. They're still a child. They need parenting. They need guidance. So I get what she was saying. Like, she doesn't need that sort of freedom of living on her own and whatever. And sometimes I think as parents, we put so much pressure on ourselves that we think our kids need the cool mom when actually they admire other kids their age who actually have parents that are doing that sort of traditional parenting. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. But anyway, Kanye felt some type of way about it. Act mature. She did not go off on her guest, but I could tell she felt some type of way. Anyway, Annie gets up, and then I loved Andile, the way he was like, oh, you know, I had to pick my jaw from the floor when, you know, Kanye was talking about, because there are women who look up to, young women who look up to Kanye and all of that, and here she is saying she has an apartment for her child and all these things and whatever. So anyway, yeah, Also, there was talk of money and whatever. This chick was complaining about the food. Annie wasn't happy and whatever. I also felt like the way Nadia felt about guys. I'm now just mixing things. I'm trying to round it off before my baby wakes up from his nap. But I understood why Nadia was like, it's a bit shady for Annie to be complaining about the beef and it being alive and everything. Girl, if you are a vegetarian or pescatarian or whatever it is that you are, you should let your host know in advance, listen, what's your menu looking like? Because there's certain things that I don't eat, and if you can accommodate me, even if you've been invited by a friend of a friend, I think you should ask for your host to accommodate you if they can, and if they can, that way you don't have to be like rude, because it is rude. If you're coming to my house for a dinner party and you don't send your preferences beforehand, and I serve whatever I serve, ma'am, sit your behind down, save it for someone who really cares, especially if you're a friend of a friend, and talk about me after you leave. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? I felt that as well. That was a bit shady. But all in all, I actually like Annie. She's very real and she's not pretentious and she's not trying to please anyone. And I like that. And I think she makes for good reality TV. And also her story, her husband cheating on her when she started sharing with Andile. I love that Andile got up with her and got to created a space for them to get to know each other, which was good. I also did not appreciate her oversharing, that was not okay. You just met these people and you're already talking about your husband and whatever. That puts you in a compromising position especially with people you don't know. And guess what? Kanye overheard, and Kanye chilling there in the confessional. She's like, I have all this information and I cannot wait to use it against you. Checkmate. So yeah, guys, I cannot wait to see how this unravels, and it's like a combination of two things, honestly. This is my from just the first episode. I think that it's a combination of a soapy or drama with reality TV, because some of the stuff that happens in the confessionals and whatever feels very like we're acting more than it is. But I don't get that vibe though from Nadia. I don't get that vibe from Annie and even Swanky or even Antile, I think. And I almost forgot that's how uninteresting it was, that whole scene with Quentin and his girlfriend, his young girlfriend, and they're hosting Andile, and it was just a scene, you know. They were just trying to show us, I guess, that Quentin does have a nice home and he's cool with his fiance, with this girl, this 20-year-old girl that he's dating. But it didn't do anything for me. It was just a scene. Just a scene. I don't know. I hope he gives us something better in the next 2 or 3 episodes. But so far, it was just like, okay. So anyway, the thing ends with Diamond playing that I'm in love with you. And yeah, there was a lot of some acting, guys. I'm sorry to take you back again. Yeah, it just feels very acting, sort of mixed reality TV along with some acting. The way Kanye was like, oh yes, my friend Diamond who came with a private jet, and oh my god, yeah, the tears of Caesar, and you know that it was a lot. Okay, so I hope it gets better with the second and the third episode. Otherwise, So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you enjoy the first episode? Ooh, I cannot wait to meet Zari and all these things. I think she really brings on the drama. And now that Diamond and Nadia there's a love interest, there's some sparks happening, some fire. I want to see how Zari is connected to Nadia? Is there a friendship there? And Kanye, why are you trying to hook up Nadia, who's your friend, if you're also friends with Diamond and you possibly know or might be the kingpin, and connect all these people together? He might be friends with Zari. Like, wasn't that a bit shady? Because I'd feel some type of way if my friend hooked up my other friend with my ex. So yeah, guys, let's just keep watching. I hope it gets better and there's less acting and more reality TV. So see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and share. Goodbye.